A beautiful wife sat alone at a bar, drinking. Ever since they got married, her husband had treated her coldly. A few thugs approached her, trying to get handsy, but they were kicked flying by a top-tier big boss. This man turned out to be her good-for-nothing husband's best friend. He stared intently at the beautiful woman before him, his eyes filled with wicked, possessive intent. She turned on her heel and went straight home. As soon as she walked in, she saw her good-for-nothing husband rolling around in bed with a temptress. That wicked woman was even wearing her nightgown, playing the victim. She threw all of her husband's clothes out the front door, and forced the coward to sign the divorce papers immediately. The good-for-nothing refused outright. She turned around and went to the top boss to vent her grievances. The boss pretended to be a good guy on the surface, but deep down, he'd already had his eye on his best friend's wife. When she went to the bar again, she was harassed by a thug. She simply wrapped her arms around the boss's neck and kissed him passionately right in front of everyone. That kiss left the boss stunned on the spot, and the thugs around them were so scared they ran off in a flash. The big boss watched the two intently from the second floor. It turned out the wimp had come to the big boss for advice. The big boss deliberately told him to neglect his beautiful wife at home. The wimp did exactly as he was told, but to his surprise, she wasn't angry at all. Instead, she brought a male model along to taunt him right to his face. The coward was so enraged his whole body was trembling. She wrapped her arms around the male model about to kiss him. The big boss watched from above, his eyes blazing with fury, desperate to storm downstairs and tear that male model to pieces. He raised his glass and drained it in one gulp, his gaze radiating a ruthless intensity. Though she seemed to be having a blast on the surface, her mind was actually in turmoil. She just wanted to completely sever ties with this sordid past. In reality, she was originally a billionaire heiress. 8 years ago, she went bankrupt and incurred massive debts. It was this wimp who saved her life. To repay the debt, she worked tirelessly for 3 years after marriage, secretly becoming a top-tier influencer with 30 million followers. Yet, the wimp not only openly cheated on her, but also threatened to leave her with nothing. The scheming vixen was even more vicious. She spiked her drink with drugs, intent on destroying her completely. In that critical moment, the big boss once again descended like a hero from the heavens, kicking the thug who was about to attack her right out of the way. In front of everyone, he pulled the dazed her tightly into his arms. She woke up in the hotel to find that the man lying beside her was actually her husband's best friend. She turned pale with shock. She recalled how the big boss had saved her last night and looked after her all night long. Under the influence of alcohol, they had slept together. Her mind was in turmoil. The big boss, however, remained completely calm, gently stroking her hair. He promised to take full responsibility.